Welcome back. This is part 2 of our trip to northern Kyushu in Japan. If you haven't seen part 1, the link is in the description. After spending the first few days renting a car and driving around, we spent several days stationed in Fukuoka to see the city and its neighboring areas. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Fukuoka is the 6th largest city in Japan, and it's the largest in Kyushu. It's populated enough for it to be interesting, but still has a nice, easy, slower vibe to it. We stayed near the Hakata station since it's the most convenient travel hub. Fuglen, within walking distance of our hotel, is one of the highly recommended coffee shops. It hails from Oslo, Norway, and has several very popular locations in Japan. We enjoyed a couple of chill mornings here throughout the trip. It's always a great way to start the day. Dazaifu is located just outside of Fukuoka City, where they attract a lot of tourists daily thanks to the very popular Tenmangu, a famous Shinto shrine, but more on that later. We got dropped off at the main shopping street, where there are lots of souvenirs and, more importantly, snack vendors. Since it was strawberry season, we decided to try this daifuku from a popular store. Look at the size of these strawberries. After that, we wandered into one of the side streets and found a small complex with a very cute bakery. We had to drop in and check out some pastries. If you're wondering, yes, they taste as good as they look. The moral of the story is, always check the side streets. Moving back onto the main street, you'll come across a unique looking Starbucks with a lot of wooden batons creating a latticed interior. Combining traditional components and a modern expression, it was a really interesting space to spend some time in if it wasn't so packed with tourists. So let's move on. There are a lot of Tenmangu shrines, but the one here in Dazaifu is one of the most notorious ones. Dedicated to a famous historical scholar, Sugawara, the Dazaifu Tenmangu is built on his burial site. Due to Sugawara's scholastic achievements, visitors of the Tenmangu often pray for academic success. When we visited, it was still a few weeks away from cherry blossom season. But between the few blossom cherry trees and apricot trees, we got a good glimpse of what this place would look like in spring. For lunch, we made a reservation at Iinoji using Google. The day was quite cold, so this Wagyu sukiyaki meal was perfect. What is even more perfect was that each set was only 3,000 yen. You not only get the pot of ingredients with egg and rice, but an extra portion of Wagyu and udon. The quality of the beef is also excellent. Sharon and I, like many people, became Formula One fans thanks to Drive to Survive. Hashtag Team Lando. We found a karting circuit just outside of Fukuoka and decided to unleash our inner racer for a few laps. There were no other guests at the time, so we had the track all to ourselves, and obviously got to take lots of photos there too. Something about motorsports on film in Japan works so well visually. For the casual visitor, I reckon 2 sessions should be plenty of fun, especially if you're not used to driving without power steering. This definitely isn't one of those top 10 travel activities, but we enjoyed the experience of doing something different. Serving quick delicious meals that usually goes well with beer, eating at a yatai is a core Fukuoka experience. These places are as unpretentious and straightforward as they come. I can say all I want, but all you really need to listen to is the sizzling of the grill and the clink of beer glasses. Places like these are all about flavor and ambiance. Go hungry, order food and beer, and be prepared to have a good time. If you're chubby like me, maybe the chef will even ask you for a photo. Just don't skip the stop when you visit Fukuoka. For a few of the mornings, Sharon has to attend some online training, so I get to wander around by myself and take photos. But first, coffee. When I go exploring, there's usually not much planning. I like to just walk around and let my eyes dictate where I go. It's often less about the location, but the things that speak to me about the sentiments of the place. Anyway, here's a collection of random photos I took during these mornings. Of course, I would scout out the local analog camera stores. I found Gogo Camera and knew that this was the place to go. It has a great selection of vintage cameras, accessories, and if displays didn't already tell you, they've been in business for a long time. The owner is very nice and knowledgeable. I definitely recommend paying them a visit. I don't shop a lot, but one of the places I've looked forward to shopping in is Moonstar. Manufactured in the nearby Kurume, Moonstar is a shoe brand that is famous for its rubberized soles. which makes them rain resistant and the styles are very understated. I've been wanting a pair for the longest time, and this is my chance. Their Fukuoka store located in Yakuin is also super chic. One of our favorite activities from the trip was watching a preseason baseball game at the Fukuoka pt.2. We got the tickets ahead of time via Caleb and took the local bus to get to the stadium. This was our first experience of watching Japanese baseball, and we absolutely loved it. The fan culture and atmosphere was really apparent. Where the US traditionally has the 7th inning stretch, the home team Softbank Hawks has a balloon ceremony where everyone releases balloons together. Everyone's just waiting for the 6th inning to end now. We also noticed that the away team fans of the Yakult Swallows carried these tiny umbrellas. Turns out a song is also played in the 7th inning for them to wave the umbrellas up and down. The Japanese fan culture is absolutely adorable. In the end, under the intense cheering from the home crowd, the Hawks scored a walk-off hit, winning the game from behind and sending everyone home happy. Since I still had a few shots left in my roll, I decided to stay out to finish the remaining shots under the night lights of Hakata. Here are the photos. This concludes part 2. Sorry this took so long to edit. I promise the final part 3 won't take as long. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and visit my Instagram for more regular updates.